I hope you remember all about the cybernetic model of the viable system, because this model deeply underlies the story I want to tell you now. We shan't see the model again, so let's take a quick rehearsal of it. Here were the parts of the organization, which I called Systems 1, and you remember about their cybernetic interaction with the outside world. Those systems will go into oscillation, we said, unless there is a System 2, which is this, intended precisely to damp that oscillation. Then we have our first corporate management level, the total organization management, dealing with the inside of the system right here and now. And in contrast to that, System 4, dealing with the future and the outside. And then the task of top management, right up there, System 5, perceived as mainly being about monitoring the homeostat that connects 3 and 4. That's how it was. Now, the story that I want to tell you began in 1971, in the middle of the year. I had been going around using this model that I have explained to you in big companies, in agencies, in all sorts of places. And then I suddenly got a letter which very much changed my life. It was from the technical general manager of the State Planning Board of Chile. Remember, 1971, President Allende was in office. He remarked in this letter that he had studied all my works, he had collected a team of scientists together, and would I please come and take it over? I could hardly believe it, as you can imagine. But this was to start me on a journey which made me travel 8,000 miles over and over and over again. I was commuting between London and Santiago for 2 years. While that model of the viable system's in your mind, let me tell you what happened when I first explained it to President Allende himself. Allende was a doctor, a medical doctor, as you may know. And therefore, it was very easy to explain the model to him in terms of neurocybernetics as the way of controlling the body. And then I went into the business of controlling the state. And so I said to him, let us suppose that these elements of the state are the big departments of state, like the foreign affairs and the economy and home affairs, so on. And then we'll have those, and the following things will happen, and then we must have a System 2, and I built it up on a piece of paper lying on the table between us. Then a System 3 and a System 4, and I got that far. And then I got to System 5, and I drew a big histrionic breath, and I said, I was going to say, this compañero presidente is you. Before I could say it, he suddenly smiled very broadly, and he said, ah, System 5, at last, the people. That was a pretty powerful thing to happen. It had a very big influence on me. I can't go into that aspect, the political aspect, in this program. It's not what it's about. But I'm sure you'll bear in mind that I don't have to go and work in places where I don't want to be. What happened when I got to Chile and took over this team? Let us look at a little diagram to show how I set about things. Politics, yes indeed. Politics is the essence of this, although I've said I'm not going to discuss the politics, obviously essential. Cybernetics essential, that's what I'd gone to do. And somehow we had to make a political and cybernetic analysis and bring it together.